Let's turn up, man. We turn up for the culture. Cause this nigga right here, you think you slick. Nigga, now this nigga, I don't know what he's saying, but I bet you he gonna act innocent. He been behind this the whole time. Have y'all been watching my videos? I said, hold on, man. Something ain't right about this nigga Akademiks, man. In my opinion, I think this nigga been behind it because everything that Akademiks talked about 2-3 months ago came to life. How do Akademiks know what was going on? He's just like, well, you know, I don't talk to Drake. No, man. A nigga that talk like Ak, he try to deny the truth before the truth is exposed. He be like, well, I don't talk to Drake, but I'm just saying, you know, well, he's in a contract and he might be in a contract, a negotiation. And then it comes out that he was. Everything that Akademiks alluded to that's a possibility seemed to be reality. How convenient. I think they've been plotting and scheming this whole time because in the reports, now Drake is suing UMG, GMU, UGK for defamation of bots and all this stuff. Every single talking point that, well, I want to say some of the talking points that Akademiks was speaking on months ago is in the goddamn documentation. Do you think that's coincidence? And we know how this nigga be sucking dick every damn day. All of a sudden, everything, some of the stuff that Akademiks been talking about so happens to be in the court documents. I'm just saying.
Numbers are going crazy though. I want to be very honest with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he hit 400. I'd be very surprised if he hits beyond that. So I know everyone's like really entrenched or cares about this Drake and Kendrick. Who's more lit? Drake's last project, I believe, did like 404, 405. People are wondering, will Kendrick, as I keep saying, all the Infinity Stones do more? I think he'll do pretty close. It's a very short project, and I'll give him some credit too. His project has less songs than Drake's. He announced it out the blue, dropped 12 hours later than Drake, or about 12 to 15 hours later than Drake. And yeah, so I'll be fair with that. But some people be like, no, you're supposed to someone. Whatever, you guys can argue over that. We will see, okay? Also, here's the thing. 44 minutes of runtime. Let's see. How long was Good Kid, Mad City? Yeah, that album was 68 minutes of runtime. How long was TPAB? 78 minutes. Okay, how long was Damn? 54. Okay, so that was previously the shortest one, 54, right? But wasn't there a deluxe for Damn? Unless I'm tripping. Kendrick Lamar Damn Deluxe. I thought there was a deluxe, or did it come with the? There's a collector's edition. I think that was a vinyl, right? Okay, and then Kendrick Lamar. What about time? 78 minutes. So yeah, him dropping a 44-minute project when normally he gives about 30 or at least 20 to 25 more minutes. Which if we that's 8 more songs. Usually drops about 8 more songs. So keep that in mind. This vinyl timing, I do think that's gonna be a thing. Okay, all right, chat. Do y'all want to get into it now, or should we? We can chill for a little bit.
Bitch, get into it, hoe ass nigga.
By the way, we booming right now. We're almost at 200,000, I think, views. I don't think it's viewers on Twitter. We're at 3,000 on Twitch. Rumble kicking up like 4-5.
Hit that like button, man.
That's Rumble. I don't know.
We going in on Akademiks tonight.
And we're at 14,000 on King Akademiks. All right. Okay, let's get to this lawsuit real quick. All right.
Hey, is my camera like lagging? Damn, my camera be lagging. Is it lagging again? God damn, they don't want me to be great. UMG, leave me alone. Leave me alone, OV hoes. Look at y'all. They playing with my numbers. They playing with my numbers. They playing with my numbers. Fuck. All right, hold on one second. Okay, are we back? Damn, it's still messing up. Fuck. All right, whatever. They hating on me. All right, whatever. We're just gonna keep it rolling. They hating on me. It's okay.
So, let me give my opening statements and leading statements, and we're gonna read through everything. Today, we found out that through a LLC that Drake owns. Okay? And give me 1 second. I'm gonna be very, if you've never watched an Akademiks stream because you're just on Twitter or wherever, just hating on me constantly, welcome. But with you being here, I also want to be methodical and show you how normally I get down. We get to the nitty gritty. We're not just here blowing gas. So Frozen Moments LLC is a company. This is, it was formulated back in, I believe, 2009. Yes, 2009. After it was formulated in 2009 in May, 8 days later, Drake, and by the way, it's only owned by Drake. It was then transferred from Frozen Moments Inc. to Frozen Moments LLC. Okay? These are the formation, or these are the business documents that also show the change from whatever to whatever. And I'm assuming at some point, maybe Drake did have, it gives the address to. I'm pretty sure he doesn't live there anymore. Remember when Drake was like, yo, got a condo out on Biscayne? And maybe that's his apartment. So if y'all niggas are a little nerdy, y'all want to go check where the fuck was Drake was staying. 50 Biscayne Boulevard. Let me look that up. You know me, I'm on some bullshit. 50 Biscayne Boulevard. Where was that nigga staying at? This is where he's staying? Okay. All right, Aubrey. So I guess he was staying here in apartment, what? 3801? All right. So anyway, so it looked like, this is at the beginning of his career. I guess they made a business, and then they, then turned it into, they registered it where he was at the time. Okay, cool. Got a mailing address there. All right, cool. Blah, blah. All right, so basically, and yes. And then the only person, which is the manager and sole member, is Aubrey Drake Graham, who lives or had the condo out in Biscayne, right? But this is his signature, and that was that. So that's what Frozen Moments LLC is, right? If you ask me, and I keep telling you guys these things, so like most of these companies, like, I always tell people, I'm like, yo, Lil Uzi Vert, what's his name, Samir or something? I guarantee that Atlantic doesn't have like a contract that says Samir is directly signed to them. Samir is signed to Generation Now. And by the way, he might even have a company that owns or controls all the rights.
Man, fuck all this shit, bitch. Suck my dick. All right, you skipping this shit. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck if you're the baby, little baby. You could be, me being 100% honest with y'all. I don't know how they flagged this. I'm pretty sure someone has some type of, civil court flag for Drake's company. I think Drake tried to file this under his company. And if you're looking for Aubrey Drake Graham on the lawsuit as a petitioner, he's not. It's his company. And whether his company has expanded and he's listed officers or whatever of his LLC, it doesn't matter. He's the boss. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think he tried to do it under the LLC, but he's suing MMG. Not MMG, UMG. Okay. So, so they're basically saying this is a pre-action disclosure. And by the way, if you guys do want to see all these documents afterwards, they'll be on the Akademiks.blog. For an order granted limited pre-action disclosure from the respondents, UMG and Spotify, directing a preservation of relevant evidence in possession, custody, or control of UMG. Now, that's also very important and very interesting, chat. What that statement alone tells you, or should tell me, the biggest artist in the game, right? Let's say biggest rap artist, because we know Taylor's the real biggest, but let's be honest, right? If he has to sue to get the data, it shows you how much, or how little actually, artists actually know about what the fuck their label does. Because he has some facts, but he needs all the facts to really file his lawsuit, and he got to sue them to get it. So even their biggest artists, they're not like, oh, we're open book, come look at everything. No, hell no. Just kind of goes back to it. When you're on a major label, I don't care how well you get compensated. You're just a nice, good old slave. Whether you're Drake, Kendrick Lamar, I don't give a fuck if you're the baby, little baby. You could be anybody. Once you see UMG, this is why, as crazy as y'all want to say Kanye is, he don't seem that crazy no more, do he? He don't be seeming that crazy. Which, by the way, this also makes an interesting parallel. When you hear the likes of Pusha T, Kendrick, or even Drake talking about who signed to who and who signed, you signed to one nigga that signed to one nigga that, y'all all signed to the slave master. Shut up. All y'all shut up. All three of y'all. Shut up. Let's be very honest. We're going to just call a spade a spade. If Universal is on the back of your CD, and yes, Kendrick Lamar GNX is released by Interscope, that's a subsidiary of UMG. Y'all all slaves. Shut up. We don't hear none of y'all talk about, you don't get no brownie points for saying, oh, I sleep next to Master's room. You sleep 5 doors down. None of y'all should be talking like that when y'all have to go hit up all Massa, UMG, to say, what's up with the accounting? What's up? Shut up, all y'all. And I'm saying it respectfully to Drake, Kendrick, and the rest. Let's be clear. But let's get into it. So it's the nature of the dispute. In a memo to the staff reflecting the highlights of 2021, the CEO of UMG, Lucian Grange, remarked on it being harder than ever for artists to break through the noise. 60,000 songs are added to Spotify every day. Spotify is the world's most popular audio streaming subscription service as of the end of the third quarter in 2024. Boasted almost 640 million monthly active users, 250 million subscribers. They pay the music companies like UMG for the right to license the songs so they could play them on a streaming and subscription platforms. 2023 alone, Spotify paid more than $9 billion to music labels and producers. Hip hop is one of the most...
Man, fuck all this shit, man. Get to the
new
good.
Whack music makes the hot music that you dropped when you first came out that got you on go up more, which ironically they own more of that than usually this, right?
I'm gonna be skipping around. God damn, are you gonna read this whole damn thing? But man, give me a summary. Fuck, man. Oh shit. Okay, we gonna be skipping all this shit.
Okay.
Give me a summary, bro. God damn.
Anyway, very smart guy. One of the guys that was also very instrumental, even me getting the Spotify contract because of some things. I explained it before. Anyway, here's the thing. Let me explain. I'm trying to explain this little short piece of info.
Try Shut up, bitch.
Lucian Grange, I'm trying to just wasn't open only 10%. You know what I'm saying? They're saying no, we paid him, and under the agreement of action for to give. All right, UMG paid or approved. Okay. Now, some of this stuff does seem a little far-fetched, though. Why would Apple take money to change Siri's action? But again, it could be through a third party. They could have paid a third party to manipulate, to alter. Who knows? That'll be very interesting to see. So this is going to be a fight that's going to go down. Give me 1 second here.
Man,
my boy grew up with him.
Yeah. Talk about this, man. Fuck that shit. Yeah, talk about this weird ass shit. Nigga, why you ain't getting no interview? Fuck all this shit, man. I didn't hear all that bullshit. Fuck all that shit. Let's skip to this shit.